you've always seems like you had something you enjoyed doing and wanted to do. You fell into something that you love to do,
Yeah.
and you took your first bump. Any memories of wrestling school?
Yeah, oh yeah, plenty. So my first couple years in the business, just wrestling locally in Eastern Kentucky, and the promotion was, it sucked, but it was a way to get my foot in the door. Never got paid with them at all. Like, I promise you, it was a joke. It was just really been taken advantage of, but that is what it is. So I kind of learned stuff on the fly there from some guys because there was like one or two guys that were really good that would stop in there at this promotion and they teach me a couple of things. So I got the experience with that of performing in front of crowds, learning kind of what to do, what not to do. Well, then I link up with Dahlia, and she's a pivotal part in this story.
Yes.
I'm not doing this today without her. That's just fact. She's the one person that's believed in me. She's the one person that's pushed me. She's the one person that hasn't manipulated or gaslit me about this, and she hasn't like sabotaged me. So she's been nothing but motivation and inspiration for me to do this. So without her, I'm not sitting here talking to you right now. Without her, nobody knows about Evil Nate or none of that right now. So I link up with her. I'd met her a year prior in this crappy company. Then we link up a year later. We got interest and stuff. And she basically is like, you know what? I'm doing this with you. So without hesitation, she drops like her whole life. And at that time, I'm making a little noise. I get invited to OVW. And at that point in time, it's a TNA developmental territory. So it's 2012, 2013. So Dolly and I, we've just linked up. She's motivating, pushing me with, hey, the gym, hey, promos. Like she's pushing me, helping me, filming my promos, working out for me in the gym. So we go to OVW, and she's going down there with me, and I'm only down there for like four or 5 weeks. It wasn't very long, but Rob Terry was in my class. I forget I think he was called the Freak. Rob Terry. He's massive,
Yeah, yeah,
massive
big
dude.
dude.
Oh yeah, crazy massive. So I'm marking out. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's on TNA every week. Holy crap, this is awesome. And he's in my class. Jesse Goddard was in my class. I know he was in TNA.
Yep.
I think he's still at OVW actually. Taylor Hendricks, who used to valet in Ring of Honor, she was in my class. So it was really cool. I'm getting a lot of experience. I'm nervous. And I'm going down there, and Rip Rogers taught me a lot. Like he taught me just in that little bit of time I was with him. To this day, his stuff sticks with me more than anybody's. So I go down there for like 4 weeks, train. He teaches me more. I mean, I finally got to link up with him again like a couple of weeks ago, and it'd been first time in 10 years.
Oh
And I
man,
thanked
wow.
him. I was like, brother, thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. And then he was so cool to me, so complimentary. He's a guy that if any wrestler out there, wrestling fan, you come across and talk to him, man, because we're losing people like this, and he's very important, very vital. Uh, so trained with him, trained under him. He taught me so much just in a little bit of time. After that, I go through a shattered clavicle experience a couple months later. One thing leads to another. Dolly and myself, we're a couple years later, we're homeless, living out of Kentucky in our car. I got nobody helping me, no nothing. Like this is my hometown, man. I got friends there, family, and people are just letting me sleep in the car, and it sucks. And it's just me and Dolly. And then finally, after staying out of our car for like 2 months, it's like we can't do this. Her family, they were traveling, they were down in Texas, so we go to Texas because I'm tired of sleeping out of the car and being homeless. Nobody's helping me in my hometown where I grew up. All right, message loud and clear. You don't want me around. See you later. Wish you guys nothing but the best. So we leave Kentucky. We go to Texas. We link up with a company down in San Antonio called RCW, ran by, at that time, Hernandez was running it, but with the Booker, Brandon Oliver. They're not together anymore. Love them both, respect them both. Anyway, we find out Funaki's got a dojo in San Antonio. So Dahlia gets us to basically, and all this is happening because of Dahlia. Like I left because of her. I was going to try to stay in Kentucky and fix things. She takes me down there. She gets me booked because she was the one that got booked at RCW. It wasn't me. She gets me booked there, and then we find out about Funaki. So she gets me into Funaki's. So we train there. With Funaki, I really learned how to lock up. It's all about that snapping the lock in. So we would train, man. We'd work third shift, her and I, go to the gym, then go to Funaki's, repeat. We do it every day. We did that for 6 months. Then we had to leave San Antonio, which led to us going to Los Angeles, California to train under Rikishi out there, WWE Hall of Famer. So her and I, that was another thing too. She's the one that was like, hey, we're going to do this. I was like, okay, let's go do it. So we drive all the way out to LA, never been. We sleep out of our car 7 months training at Rikishi School, Knox Pro in their domain. I think they had class 3 or 4 times a week, and we would go like all the time. So we'd work thirds, go to the gym, sleep out of our car, go to class, repeat. So
Yeah, I mean, talk about the sacrifices you had to make, and you put the work in, to become a wrestler. I mean,
yeah,
that takes a lot of drive.
yeah, it sucks, man. You really find out how bad you want it. Everything's mental. Everything in this world is mental. If you can get past it up here, you can get past it anywhere.